Hey, it's Sarah with Loaves and Dishes, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make the best Brussels sprouts you have ever had. Before we get into today's video, be sure to subscribe, click the bell icon. Okay, so I got to tell you about these Brussels sprouts. My husband and I have a favorite restaurant in Winston, one of our favorite restaurants. It's called Catherine's. Anyways, at Catherine's, they give you basically deep fried Brussels sprouts with this delicious saffron dipping sauce, right? It's so good. Well, a couple weeks ago, we were with some of our friends and we went to the beach for the weekend and we ate at this restaurant where they did deep fried Brussels sprouts, but they put balsamic vinegar on them and that was delicious. And I don't like vegetables, very many. They're bitter. I'm not a big fan, but I love these Brussels sprouts. I made this video. I ate them for lunch. Like that's what I had for lunch was just Brussels sprouts. And they're delicious. They're crispy and the balsamic glaze makes them a little bit sweet. It's the best way to eat Brussels sprouts. Is it healthy? Probably not. But eating a vegetable is better than not eating a vegetable, even if it is deep fried. So I'm taking these Brussels sprouts. I'm cutting off the part that attaches to the plant. It's not the root end because they grow in kind of a stalk. And I'm just quartering them. If they're really small, I'm only cutting them in half. But if they're big, I'm going to quarter them. And if they're really big, I might cut them up even further. And my favorite part about this is that the leaves fall off and those get like really crispy. So don't worry about the leaves. Don't worry about them like staying whole. And make sure that you collect up all of the leaves that fall off because to me, that's the best part. They're like little potato chips, but they're Brussels sprouts. Anyways, and there's not really any measurements for this. I'm just using, Brussels sprouts come in a little sack like that. You can kind of see it in the corner. I just use one of those, and it makes a lot, but my husband and I love it. I eat some, and then my husband usually eats the rest. He's like the garbage disposal. He eats anything and everything, so... I say that with all the love in my heart, but he knows it. So anyways, and the great thing about this is like, there's not really any measurements, so you can do as much or as little of this as you want. So I got my oil really hot and I'm putting my Brussels sprouts in, and you want to be careful with your oil. Brussels sprouts kind of have a lot of water in them. And if your oil is too hot when you put them in, they're going to be quite aggressive. So I like to put them in, my oil is hot, but it's not like as hot as it's going to get. Okay, so now I sped this up 20 times. This is sped up really fast. It looks kind of weird, and that's because it's sped up really fast, but I didn't want to cut anything out because it took a long time to fry these, and it probably would have taken less time if I had done it in batches, but it took a solid 20 minutes to fry these. I'm also using a camping stove to film, so that might be part of it, but just know it's going to take a little bit of time. And you want to wait until your Brussels sprouts start to turn brown. They're not the most appetizing color, but that brown is what's going to let you know that they're crispy. So this is right about where I decided that it was about time to take them out. I'm kind of like messing in them to see how done they are, and I take them out and I zhuzh them around with my kitchen spider, and when I hear that kind of crispy sound, I know they're done. So I'm just taking those out and I'm putting them in a bowl, and I'm going to season them in the bowl. And you want to make sure that when you're taking these out that you drain them really well. You want them to have a little bit of oil left on them so that the stuff sticks to them, like so the salt and pepper will stick to them really well, but you don't want them to be like sitting in oil in your bowl. So you want to like really kind of shake them off. And if you don't have this tool that I'm using, this is called a spider. I really recommend getting one. I use mine all the time. You could use it for pasta. You could use it for just about anything. So now I'm putting in a big hefty pinch of salt and some pepper. And you could add garlic powder and onion powder. A little cayenne would be good. You could add any seasonings you want. And then I'm using balsamic glaze. Now I like balsamic glaze more than I like vinegar because it's a little bit sweeter and it sticks better. So I just squirted a little bit on top. That's maybe like half a teaspoon that I squirted on there. And then I'm going to mix them around, and I'm being pretty gentle. It might not look like it, but I am. So I'm mixing that around, and then I'm going to squirt some more on because the animals were getting into a fight. I just squirted a little bit more on because I felt like it needed some more when I was mixing it. And you're kind of there when you can kind of see a little bit of balsamic glaze on all of the pieces of Brussels sprouts. And there they are, beautiful and crispy, delicious. This is the only way I want to eat Brussels sprouts forever. If you want to see more recipes, check out Loaves and Dishes, and thanks for watching.